Alright guys, time for another Patreon request, and as always, if you'd like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link below, head on over to my Patreon, and hit the 4th tier, where if you do, you can send me a request, and check out the videos over on, exclusively on Patreon as well. It's kind of fortuitous we talk about exclusive videos, because these videos are over there on Patreon now. They're exclusive, but this was a Patreon request from Alistair Boneman. This was one of his requests, and he asked me to do a Who Would Win? And basically, this one is going to be interesting, because now we have a Star Wars versus StarCraft. I don't get to talk a lot about StarCraft, because I really love it. Star Wars over Warcraft. StarCraft over Warcraft. Yep, I said it. I said it without fear. Anyway, so he asked me to do a versus video. And who are the two combatants? Well, if you saw the title, basically, our two combatants are as followed. They are Zeratul from, of course, like I said, StarCraft, and Obi-Wan Kenobi from Star Wars. Why do I even need to say that? You already know. So yeah, so this fight is going to be interesting because, yeah, I get to finally talk about a character from StarCraft. I don't get to talk a lot about StarCraft, but also for reference, for this fight video, you're probably wondering, well, which Obi-Wan are we using? Are we using old Ben Kenobi? Are we using recent Kenobi? I'm going to go and make it, and since it's going to be a fair fight, I'm going to use the Obi-Wan we saw in the Clone Wars, like Clone Wars era Obi-Wan. That's like Obi-Wan in his prime. So, yeah. So what would it be like if there was a fight between Obi-Wan and Zeratul? So let's talk a bit about Zeratul first. Zeratul is what is known as a Dark Templar of the Protoss race. He is a the Dark Templars use like darker aura and darker arts that were considered Templars that were considered banished. They are also masters of espionage. They basically walk around cloaked all the damn time. They also have these enhanced energy blades that can cut through solid metal, or even they can even officially kill a Cerebrate, which is really hard to kill in the StarCraft universe. Now, Zeratul has a vast array of psionic abilities, as well as he's capable, like I said, like most Dark Templars, capable of cloak. That energy blade would come in handy, and he's also hundreds of years old. He's also a brutal warrior. Here's a guy who will straight up curb stomp you, and he has taken on legions of Zerg over and over again. Now, now his opponent, as we all know, Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan, great master Jedi Knight. He is Jedi Knight. I'm tongue-tied. He is a great Jedi warrior, master of the Surisu, which is the saber form of more defensive. Of course, powerful in the Force, and also really good at hand-to-hand combat. So, what would it be like if you had a fight between Zeratul and Obi-Wan? Would this be a kill fight? I don't really think it would be a straight-up kill fight. I do not think, in any way, shape, or form, this would be a straight-up kill fight. I do think this is not like a, I don't know you, this would be more like, I don't know you, you don't know me, let's fight. So that's how I think it'd be like. The other question we'd have to ask ourselves is, could Zeratul's psionic blade, that blade he has, match up with a lightsaber? That's a big question, because that's pure energy. But same with a lightsaber, it's pure hard light construct energy. So to have the two, you would have to, I think they would probably collide. I don't think one would cut out the other. I don't think that it would be like this one would be like one blade would be greater than the other. So that's something. So I do think the blades would easily collide. Now, this would be interesting, because like I said, Obi-Wan's more of a defensive mind when it comes to battle, whereas Zeratul is more offensive. He's based in heavy base strikes. He's more like most Dark Templar. He is very much move in the shadows. But here's the thing: even if he is cloaked, Obi-Wan can sense him. Obi-Wan has managed to sense that through the power of the Force. Managed to sense those who are masked, those who are hiding in the shadows or cloaked. He would be able to sense some kind of presence, and I do think the Force would warn him of a surprise strike from Zeratul. That's something you have to think about in this matchup, is that Zeratul's like inherent cloaking ability, his stealth is probably going to be rendered useless. I do think, however, he is going to get a few good licks in. I do think he's going to, like, once Obi-Wan figures out that his opponent, you can't see his opponent, he's going to, like, calm down, gather himself, and basically trust in the Force to guide him. Like he always said, you know, sometimes your eyes can deceive you. You know, you just close your eyes and you can find, like, see through the Force. So, but both of them are advanced warriors. Both of them are great fighters. This is a tough one. This is a really tough one. Zeratul, like I said, has all those psionic abilities that could definitely do some damage to Obi-Wan. But I just think Obi-Wan has, like, a more... his abilities through the Force give him, like, some... give him... like, ways to counter what Zeratul has. And I really love StarCraft. I really do. But I do think I'm going to give this slightly to Obi-Wan. But this could easily go either way. This honestly could go either way in terms of, like, Obi-Wan could win or Zeratul could win. I'm giving it slightly to Obi-Wan because the Force can be anything, literally. It literally can be anything. And Obi-Wan needs extra eyes, the Force will give it to him. He needs power over, like, just to throw rocks at him, Force is going to give it to him. So, yeah, there you go, guys. But you guys, but that's just my opinion. Who do you think would win in this matchup? Just comment below, let me know. I'd like to thank Alistair Boneman for sending me this request. And like I said earlier, if you would like to have a request done, just hit the link below, head on over to my Patreon, hit the 4th tier. And other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.